Morning. So Monday, March 17, here we go. It is St. Patty's Day. Got the green on. Honestly, didn't realize it until early this morning. Been kind of a crazy weekend, and I can tell you that spring break is in full effect. The beach is packed. I will be staying clear of any restaurants or anything this weekend. Even going out for a bike ride early this morning was a bit of a challenge, but that's the exciting time, right? So what we do on this channel is we want to see if all that activity down the street at the beach is translating into what we do. And I got a couple of feelings this morning on this because I've been really watching this. You guys know what trend we're on, but let's dive right in. I'm gonna go straight to the numbers. We're gonna hit those, and then we will lots to talk about. I'm gonna show you some fun stuff today. But actually, let me do this. I'm going to go over here on this share screen. I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit for you, just so you can see that nice and full. And we're going to get to the numbers. But I hope everybody's having a great time. It's incredible weather. New listings, 49. So Casey, why are you clapping? Well, if you've been watching us for any amount of time, we have been on a rocket ship of new listings. 49 is back what we were doing in the fall, right? Like that was the more consistent time that we were seeing. That was kind of where we leveled off. But we've been on a rocket ship for January and February, way more than I anticipated, particularly in January. But we've been on about 7-8 solid weeks of inventory pickup. Now, this is still new listings, right? 49 is a decent number, but it's not 70 and 80 that we've been seeing because that correlation's been off. Now let's look at pending. 31. I hit the mic there on that. 31. So not only do we stay consistent in the pendings like we have throughout all these 8 weeks, had the spike on the new listings, but the pendings stayed level. We actually had an uptick in pendings. And listen, I felt that. I was thinking this might be the case. I hadn't looked, but I was thinking it. You know, we go by the feel out there and it felt busy, but the pendings remain consistent. 25 to 31, that is an uptick. But look at that ratio. 49 new listings, pendings going under contract at 31. Folks, that's what we want, right? We need to chop away at that inventory and work it way down. And I'd love to see that throughout the spring, right? So let's just see what happens there. Close 19, very consistent, okay? So if we've been in the mid 20s on the pendings, being in the close in the high teens and mid 20s is gonna be right on par, right? All right, look at this though. Price changes 70. So staying very consistent on the price changes up to that mark, right? So let's go full screen and talk about it here, just so I can see you when I'm preaching on this point. But this is kind of what I thought January would be like. But literally, we have stacked up the inventory, okay? And I'm still laying it out in some other videos on what it relates back to over the last couple of years, because there's a lot of videos out there on Florida talking about abundance of inventory, but we've definitely been on the run. But Casey loves this amount of inventory. Even better than that, the number of pendings that we stay consistent with. So we love that ratio. We love that ratio of 49 coming on the market, but we took 31 away. That's a great ratio. But more than that, what I appreciate about the pendings is it stays very consistent with what we've been doing all year. Now, if we start to see an uptick of that, you know our rule, we got to have 3 weeks in a row. So we're going to watch and see if we have an uptick in pendings for 3 weeks in a row and see if the new listings stay down in this range for 3 weeks in a row. I think that'd be great. And that'd level us back off to that consistency we were seeing out in the marketplace, right? Thought that'd be fun. So I thought what another exercise we do today, I want to show you guys kind of a couple of things that had gone pending. Let's see how this works out. I'm actually going to go to this screen for you. And I'm going to show you a couple of the things because I've had people go, hey, Casey, what is actually going under contract? So let's look in a big week when we had like 31. So let's look at this one. I like this. This is Penelope Street, Miramar Beach, sold at $2.3 million. I'll zoom out a little bit so you guys can see that a little bit more. So 8-bedroom, 8-bath house, 3,600 square feet, selling for about $700 a foot. Rental machine, right? Frangista Beach, 2.395 sold, just went immediately under contract. Look at all these in that $600,000 to $800,000 range. I actually like that. That's been one of our softest. This actually means, look at that, 300, 500. This actually means that the more full-time and true second home owners are out buying, because a lot of these properties, aside from that watercolor. Now listen, 37 Royal Fern right here, 4-bedroom, for 2.6 in watercolor. Anything under 3 million right now in watercolor is a fantastic opportunity. So if you're looking in watercolor, that's something you need to stare down. So not surprising. Let's see how long that one was on the market. 26 days. 26 days on that one. Okay. Some neighborhoods, if you hit that sweet spot on price, it's just going to go 26 days on that one in watercolor. All right. Cypress Grove Lane, 2.4. This is Santa Rosa Beach. Look at that cool pool shot. How long has this one been out there? 10 days, 2.4 million. All right. That's a 2011 house, 5 bedrooms, 4 bath. Look at that pool setup, okay? 2.4, 107 Cypress. So that's interesting. That's down near Seagrove on that one. Seastone, this is down at Watersound Origins, 2.19. They keep ticking along there. This is a resale, I believe. Let me see. Yep, 2021, so that is a resale. Another one, watercolor. Look at this. Another one under 3, 2.499 in watercolor. So let's do this. How long was this one on the market? 3 days. So listen, that's 2 examples in watercolor. 2 examples in watercolor right there where, I talk about this a lot, but there's certain, while some neighborhoods have an abundance of listings, like I've got a couple of listings that are just fighting other listings. Sometimes when you hit a certain price point in a particular neighborhood, like watercolor's got plenty of listings on the market, but barely any under 3. So you had a couple of them show up in the last 2 weeks, and they're both under contract in watercolor. All right. So that's a really good example of what we've been talking about there. Let's see what else we got down here. Camp Creek, I've been watching this. So this is an older cabin built in 1986 on Camp Creek, $1,899,000, 7 days on the market. These are very unique. If you don't know this area, it's country cabins. They're kind of on the north side of Camp Creek right there. You can actually, there's a little outlet. You can go through a bridge and there's a dock. So, I mean, this is pretty unique. I actually have something similar under contract right now, a little newer, bigger spread, but 1795 in Grand Point. This is a good sign. This is brand new construction. 91 Grand Point. How long was this on the market? 153 days. That sounds about right. That's a good price point for newer construction. How big is this house? 560. If you're not familiar, 3202. If you're not familiar with Grand Point, it's just on the north side of 98 right there in Inlet Beach. So you go straight south down to the beach. Now here's a good one. I saw this house. I sent it out to several people. This was on the market for 10 days. Man, Nathan put that under contract. I know the exact buyer that did that. They looked at one of my listings, and that was probably a really good opportunity for somebody in Bellamar, fantastic neighborhood, $1,995,000. That's going to come in at about $562 a foot. It's going to be a little bit dated on the inside, but wonders that you can do with it. But it's a big house, 3,500 square feet for $1,995,000. I knew that one would go quick. That was priced really well to get to the point. Let me harp on that for a second, just looking through. So look, you see the variety. So we had 31. Oh, here we go. Camellia. Love this house. 2023, brand new build, 5.99 million. How long was this one on the market? 92 days. Fantastic job by Richard and his team down there. Love this house. Let me show you what 6 million off the beach gets you in Seagrove. Look at those finishes. Pretty fantastic. The great second home. These things are rental machines, but it's just a beautiful, beautiful property. So excited for that group there. So listen, here's my point. And I want to start showing you more of this, but a wide variety going under contract. And what I want to point out about most of the things that I touched on right there, the things that are going on under contract have some certain special points to them, right? They have some either lack of inventory or really stand out in the community that they're in, right? Watercolor under 3 million. That Bellamar at 562 a foot in Bellamar with a nice house, mainly all on one level, going pretty quickly. even knew the buyer was trying to get them to buy something of mine. Like I see that. That was actually where they wanted to be, and something popped up for them. It's pretty good timing on their part, right? So what you have to do right now as a seller is just make sure you're in the right spot that looks good with everything else around you. I know that sounds so simple, but it's just fundamentals. If we're looking to play the game of just blending in, you're going to blend in, and that's where the days on market stack up. So what I'm helping my sellers with is, look, do we look unique in our certain segment, right? Are we getting the activity we need to based on our uniqueness? If so, if you're unique, there are buyers out there. We're having showings, right? Not everything's flying off the market like those, but those people got to the point and happen to find themselves in a segment. Let me say this. It would be easy in watercolor to look at that and go, well, listen, there's not much under 3. I think we could ask 3 and probably get some attention. Or maybe we could ask 2.8 instead of 2.3. But listen, those days are gone. You got to get to the point, make sure it makes sense for you and your family, and you can put something under contract. The buyers are ready to go, right? Listen, I'm excited about this one. I think it's going to be, let's call this, I think this is going to be more of what we see through March and April. Okay. I think the new listings are settling down. I think the pendings will stay consistent. Could be wrong. I think we'll continue to see the price changes. But let's watch and see. Want to continue to show you examples of what's going under contract and show you that. Lots more to come. But thanks so much. Have a great St. Patrick's Day, spring break for my kids. We're just kind of running around 30A. So if you need us, just let us know.